Hi, I'm Marci Shimoff, and welcome to our happiness community. Today I want to talk about something that is, I think, fundamental to our happiness, and that is self-love. It's not something that many of us are very good at. But let me share with you a quick story from Love for No Reason about someone named Sally Sals who really learned the importance of self-love and actually the amazing healing power of it. Sally told me this story that when she was approaching her 50th birthday, she got suddenly very ill one day, and she was rushed to the emergency room of the hospital. And when the doctors examined her, they told her that her liver was failing. And in fact, it was so bad that they said she would probably die in the next few days unless they gave her a liver transplant. Well, Sally was absolutely shocked by this. She had no family history of liver disease. She had never been sick herself. She didn't drink. And so she had no idea what was causing this, but she was facing her own death. Well, very fortunately, they found her a liver. They were able to do the transplant surgery, and it went very well, very successfully. And Sally was great for about a year until she went back into her doctor for a routine exam, and her doctor told her that her second liver was failing and that she would probably need another transplant within a few months or she would die. Now again, Sally was completely stunned by this. She had no idea what was causing this. But on that particular doctor's visit, she happened to be sitting in the waiting room next to a woman who had just had her third liver transplant in 3 years. And Sally said the woman was the most angry, negative, critical person that she had ever met. And it reminded Sally that in Chinese medicine, every organ is associated with an emotion, and the liver is associated with anger. So Sally thought to herself, okay, where am I angry in my life? And she realized that she often didn't express her anger outwardly, but she had a lot of anger towards herself. She'd grown up in a very critical and judgmental family, and she was always beating herself up for never being good enough, and always she was criticizing herself, certainly not giving herself love. Well, in that moment, Sally made a commitment to herself, and her commitment was that she was going to practice self-love every day for at least 10 minutes. Well, that's what she did. And a couple of months later, she went back into the doctor for the exam to get ready for her next transplant surgery. And the doctor sat her down and said, Sally, I have never seen this before in my career, but your liver is completely healed. I have no idea how this happened. It's a medical miracle. Well, Sally didn't need that transplant surgery then, and it's 18 years later now, and she has never needed that transplant surgery. Sally is one of the most happy, vital, vibrant, alive people I have ever met. 6 months later, she met her soulmate. They're amazingly in love, and Sally really got that self-love was the key to her own healing and her own happiness. And I think that's the case for each of us. So in the next few weeks, I want you to ask yourself this question. And I want you to ask it a couple of times a day. And the question is, what's the most loving thing that I could do for myself right now? It's a simple question. What's the most loving thing that I could do for myself right now? And then I want you to listen to the answer and go do it. It may mean that you go get a glass of water, or you go outside and get some fresh air, or maybe just you stop talking to yourself so critically in this moment. The idea is that you stop and you see what you need to do to take care of yourself, to be loving towards yourself a few times during the day. You know, I want to end with a quote from the great philosopher of the 20th century, Lucille Ball. She says, love yourself first and everything else will fall into place. So may you spend the next few weeks and the rest of your life loving yourself first.